I didn't see you there. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessie Sima, and I am an author and an illustrator. And today I'm going to read to you my book, Cookie Time. It's about two kids, Ari and Kat, and it's about cookies, and it's about time travel. And I'm excited to read it to you. This is the title page, Cookie Time, Jessie Sima, that's me. Grandpa put the cookies in the oven and set a timer. Now we wait, he said. Ari and Kat love cookie time. Look how excited they are. But waiting was very difficult. So they built a time machine. So there's their cardboard box, and they're taking a tennis ball from the dog Biscuit, and they're making a little dial to turn it to the past and the present and the future. They set it to take them into the future to just after the cookies were finished baking. That way, they would never have to wait. At least, that was the plan. We'll see. They're going through a colorful time warp, and there's Biscuit watching from up before. When they arrived in the future, the house was dark and quiet. So now it's nighttime, they've made it into the future. They retrieved the spare key and snuck into the kitchen for cookie time. But they were too late. We must have already eaten them all, said Ari. That was very rude of us, said Kat. But they forgave their future selves and returned to their time machine. They set it to take them into the past, to just before they ate all the cookies. At least that was the plan. And here's Biscuit grabbing onto the tennis ball, trying to get it back, but moving the dial. So who knows where they're going to end up. There they go. When they arrived in the past, the house looked different. And so did Biscuit. There she is. She's so small, a little puppy. Is that you? Asked Ari. Is that us? Asked Kat. And so there's little Ari and little Kat off in the distance with Grandpa. Ari and Kat both remembered this day. There they are, having a great time. It was their very first cookie time with Grandpa. Ding! Cookies are done. It would be easy to take those cookies from ourselves, said Kat. That would be very rude of us, said Ari, and neither of them wanted to ruin what had been a perfect day. So they returned to their time machine. They set it to take them to the future, to just after the cookies were finished baking, but just before they would be eaten. Do you think it's going to work? Let's see. Here's a young Kat, and she just threw the dinosaur toy so that Biscuit could chase it, and it's going right toward the time machine. Let's see. Oh, and it goes, and it hits the dial, and it hits it way into the future. At least that was the plan. There they go off into the future. What do you think it's going to be like? Whoa! When they arrived in the future, everything seemed different. There's all sorts of cool stuff. There's a house with some robot legs. There's a bird plane. There's all sorts of cool things. But it turned out some things were not. There's a robot dog. It looks a lot like Biscuit, and it's stealing the tennis ball, and it runs away. And Ari and Kat are chasing after it. Do you think they're going to make it? Going to catch the dog? As they raced through the streets, Ari and Kat caught a familiar scent. So they go through these tubes that they're flying through. They run past the library because, of course, there's libraries in the future. They have little hoverboards. They're still chasing the dog. They followed their noses until they found the source. And they find this machine in the park. It's called Cookie Time. No waiting. They chose exactly the kind of cookies they want. Beep, boop, beep. They just press some buttons and they put all sorts of things in those cookies. And they didn't even have to wait. Ding! And there come the cookies. They're coming out of the machine inside of bubbles. So all you have to do is pop the bubble, and then you have your cookies. But something was missing. They had the cookies, but this was not cookie time. They're watching other people enjoying cookie time too. Kat and Ari decided it was time to go home. There was just one last thing to take care of, so there's the robot dog again with the tennis ball. "You took that from us," said Ari. "That was very rude of you," said Kat. And in that moment, they knew what had to be done. So Kat's taking the dinosaur toy and throwing it, just like she did in the past, right? And the dog drops the tennis ball and runs after the dinosaur. So now they have the tennis ball back. With their time machine returned to working order, they very carefully set it to take them back to when they started. There they go. Do you think they'll get back? When they arrived at home, everything looked just like they'd left it, and nothing was missing. Look, there's Grandpa and Big Biscuit. To their surprise, it felt like no time at all before, ding! It was cookie time! Aw, they finally got their cookie time. Everyone agreed it had been worth the wait, except for Biscuit. "We'll play with you soon," said Ari. "Just wait until we're finished," said Kat. But waiting was very difficult. So Biscuit's getting into the time machine, and as she's getting in, her foot hits the dial, and it goes all the way back. Where do you think it's going to take her? She goes, well, all the way to dinosaur times. She'll definitely find a friend to play with there, right? And that's the end. Thank you so much for reading this book with me. Have a nice day.